King David, in his moment of triumph, pens a song of deliverance. This song is not just a mere expression of victory, but a heartfelt acknowledgement of the divine intervention that led to his success. This song, etched in 2 Samuel chapter 22, is a powerful testament to God's enduring strength and faithfulness. It serves as a reminder of the countless times God has stood by David, guiding and protecting him. David, with heartfelt gratitude, calls God his rock, his fortress, and his deliverer. These words reflect the deep trust and reliance David places in God. Seeing him as an unshakable foundation in his life, he acknowledges God as his shield, his stronghold, and the horn of his salvation. Each of these metaphors highlights different aspects of God's protection and strength. This imagery paints a vivid picture of God's unwavering protection. It shows how David perceives God's presence as a constant and reliable source of safety. David, having faced countless dangers, finds solace and security in his God. His experiences have taught him that true peace and safety come from divine protection. David's reliance on God is absolute. He turns to God in every situation, knowing that his strength alone is not enough. He recognizes that his safety and success come not from his own might, but from God's unwavering support. This humility is a cornerstone of David's faith. This dependence on a higher power resonates throughout the psalm. It is a clear reflection of David's understanding of his place in the world and his relationship with the divine. It reveals the depth of David's faith and the intimacy of his relationship with God. Through his words, we see a man who is deeply connected to his Creator, finding strength and refuge in that bond. David doesn't just praise God with abstract terms. He delves deep into the essence of God's power, painting a vivid picture that resonates with the soul. He uses vivid imagery to depict God's power and intervention, making it almost tangible to the listener. He describes God's anger as a consuming fire, his voice shaking the heavens. The sheer intensity of these descriptions leaves one in awe. The earth trembles, mountains crumble, and the foundations of the world are laid bare before God's wrath. It's a scene of unparalleled power and might. This imagery, powerful and evocative, leaves no doubt about God's might. It serves as a reminder of the divine force that governs the universe. David recounts how God bent the heavens and descended darkness under his feet. This descent signifies a direct intervention from the divine. He rode upon a cherub flying on the wings of the wind. This majestic imagery highlights the swiftness and grandeur of God's actions. He made darkness his canopy. His pavilion around him were dark waters and thick clouds of the sky. This enveloping darkness symbolizes the mystery and depth of God's presence. These descriptions, rich in symbolism, showcase God's awe-inspiring power and ability to intervene in the world. They remind us of the omnipotent force that shapes our reality. David's song isn't just about God's power, it's also about his justice. David emphasizes his own righteousness, stating that he has walked in God's ways and kept himself from his iniquity. He acknowledges that God is a righteous judge who tests the hearts and minds of men. This emphasis on righteousness highlights a crucial aspect of David's relationship with God. David recognizes that God's favor is not given blindly, but is earned through righteous living. This understanding of divine justice is central to David's faith. It underscores the importance of living a life pleasing to God. David makes it clear that his victories are not his own. He attributes his strength, courage, and success to God's empowerment. He says that God girded him with strength for battle and made his way perfect. This acknowledgement of God's role in his life highlights David's humility. David understands that without God's help, he would be nothing. This understanding deepens his reliance on God and strengthens his resolve to live according to God's will. David concludes his song with a powerful declaration of God's greatness, emphasizing the divine power and majesty that he believes governs the universe. He proclaims that God is the God of my salvation and the one who subdues my people under me. This proclamation is not just a personal statement, but a universal truth that David wants to share with all. This statement, full of conviction, reflects David's deep-seated belief in God's universal sovereignty. It shows his unwavering faith and trust in God's plan for humanity. He acknowledges God's rule, not just over Israel, but over all nations. This acknowledgement is a testament to the inclusivity and universality of God's love and power. This universal praise foreshadows the coming of Jesus Christ, who would extend God's salvation to all people. It is a prophetic vision that sees beyond the immediate and looks forward to a future of hope and redemption. Like David, Jesus is portrayed in the New Testament as a king, a deliverer, and the embodiment of God's power and love. His life and teachings echo the themes of David's song, bringing them to fulfillment. David's song, therefore, serves as a powerful testament to the enduring nature of God's promise and the coming of his Son, Jesus Christ. It bridges the Old and New Testaments, uniting them in a single divine narrative. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.